Hi guys. Today is Saturday and I wanted to do some outside work to prep for my garden. Yesterday I planted or I started some seeds in the house, and I have about 2 weeks, maybe 3, to get my garden prepped, and I literally don't even have a garden. I just have a yard, and I found this guy who lives in the same city as me who builds raised beds. So I was thinking, they're only like $30 or $50 per raised bed. So I was thinking about buying a few from him. If you spend $200, he will ship it or like take it to you for free. So that's just 4 containers. I'm like, I could fill 4 containers. So that's what I'm doing right now. Let me show you what I did. This tree I thought was dead, but I think it's one of those flower trees where you're supposed to like cut it down to like knuckles and then it'll grow flowers. So I started cutting it and I was like, wow, this is green inside. It is not dead. So I was gonna take that out and put my mango tree there, but if it's alive, I don't want to take it out. I don't know what these are. No idea. But this tree that's on the other side of the fence was covering these, and I did cut these down a little bit. So I sort of like trimmed that back. There should be a clip of me doing all this stuff. I was using this, and I'm pretty sure this is for shrubs, because you know, like the one that's like longer, you can get like trees and stuff, but I only have this one. So I used that for that, and I also used those clipping things. And all the excess I am putting in this pile over here, because I am hoping to use, so this branches from this tree died and they fell in here. So they're like mostly dead. And then some of that tree right there. And then some palm leaves from this tree that I'm literally like, it's so dead and dry. I could literally just pull them out of the tree. I'll show you. And then some little tiny palm leaves from the trees that are in the pool. These look really bad, but they were basically all dead. So that's why they look like really sad. Anyway, I'm hoping to use that as the base in my raised bed for like a sort of like hergiculture. I think it's called ergoculture. The word will be on the screen. Gardening method, so I don't have to fill the beds from top or from bottom to top with dirt. I can like fill up like 30% with dead matter or like organic matter, and then, you know, other stuff. So that's what I'm doing right now. I took some clips for TikTok. So if you don't follow me over there, go do that at McRicky. Basically everything I have is at McRicky. Let me get back to it. My dog wants to come out. Loki! Loki! Why are you barking? Huh? Why are you barking? You know this door is open, right? So basically, those dead things, I can just pull. I'm sitting in the car waiting for my dad to come out from dropping my dog off at the vet. But I'm looking at DIY compost bins. I'll throw a few of my favorite up on the screen, but I literally just Googled, I think wooden compost bin or like DIY compost bin, something like that. I have made compost bins in the past. One I made with an old trash can that had like the push pedal, so it had like a lid that went up and down, and but that broke, so I didn't even use it. It came with a lid and it like fit nice and everything, and it was metal, and I drilled holes on the sides for the aeration and the bottom and the top so it could like get airflow to it. That I think was my favorite out of the two that I made. The other one I made out of necessity because I ran out of space in that tiny little trash can, and it was out of like an old purple like tub, like, you know, like storage bin that was like breaking, and the lid didn't fit on it well, and I just drilled holes in that too. But that flies started like growing out of the holes in the plastic one, but not the metal one. So I don't know what that's about, but I don't know. I generally just don't want to use plastic for my compost bins anymore. For a little while I did want a compost tumbler because, you know, you can tumble it, but after having those two, you don't need it, and they made good compost, they made good soil. So I think I'm just gonna do like a standing one that you just throw stuff on and then over time it goes away. I think I'll either make like 2 or 3, so because normally what people do who have compost bins is they have like 2 or 3 next to each other, so then when one gets filled up they can start the next one, and then by the time the second or third one is filled up, the first one will be ready to use. So I think I'll make 2. And I saw this thing, it's like a compost bin bracket. So it's either a metal thing that sticks into the ground, and then you put wooden slats in it that are at an angle to allow airflow, or they're brackets that you actually drill to wood, like 4 wooden posts, and then you could slip the wood at slants into it and like move them up and down. I really like that because when you want to use it, you can just move the wood from the bottom part rather than like digging to the bottom. And I've also seen the kind where it's like a frame, and then the bottom part of the cube like lifts up so you can get to the bottom, because under is where the good compost is and the top is where it's starting to like degrade down into the compost you want. So I like that one too. At first I was trying to look and see if I could make that, but I think having the wooden slats that are removable would just be overall easier. And then I saw that some people were using, I've already seen like pallet compost bins before, you know, you just get 4 pallets, you drill them together, tie them together, whatever, and then bada bing bada boom, you get a compost bin. But I saw somewhere they had chicken wire lining the inside, and I was like, what if I got 3, or I guess because I want to make 6 pallets, line them with chicken wire, connect the 3, and then connect brackets to the front so I can have removable wooden pieces. These are just ideas. These are just thoughts in my head, because while I have great building ideas, I am not a particularly skilled builder. That is a craft I would like to hone in on, but I gotta take one thing at a time. So right now we're just doing gardening, okay? I want to be able to grow food. After I can grow food, I want to be able to make my own raised beds. My raised bed was made by my father at the other house, but at the house that we're in now, locally, I found 2 people that make and sell raised beds. So I'll probably just buy some from them, because support local, man. Like, why not? They're professionals. They do this for a living. That's how they make money. Why not support my local farmers? Or my local carpenters. Yeah, so I'll have to run these by my dad, and I think I will be able to do the pallet one, myself. I think the most difficult part about that is going to be the cutting of the wood, but if you watched, I don't even think I posted it in a video, but when we were moving, we had these huge pieces of wood that we had to get rid of, but you can't put like giant pieces of wood outside. So we had to cut them up, and my dad was taking forever to cut them up to get them out on the road, and we needed to leave soon. So I took it upon myself, and I had my dad set up the saw for me, and I sawed some things down. So I know how to use a saw, but I wasn't like, you know, making measurements and cutting based off of measurements, you know, like that's a little, you know, they say measure twice, cut once. I'm definitely, I would probably be the person that measures once and cuts 7 times. So we'll see with that. Look forward to that video in the future. I don't know what all you've seen up until this point, but I have a feeling this would be a good point to end the video. So stay tuned, guys, for my garden green thumb tour, skills, learning. I don't know. Bye, guys.